Questions for reflection. In our first reading, we continue to hear of the life and travails of King David. In this particular passage, we hear that Absalom, his rebellious son who plotted against him, was killed. His army thought he would be relieved, but instead, David grieved in anguish over the death of his son. He retreats to his room over the city gate to grieve, crying out loud, "Absalom, my son Absalom, if only I had died instead of you." The bonds of family are so extraordinarily deep that even when we're hurt by a son or a daughter, they never stop being our son or daughter. So it is in our relationship with God. He is our Father, and even when we are unfaithful, He remains faithful. In our psalm, for today's response, we ask the Lord to incline His ear and listen to us. Again, these are the words of David. Notice what follows, quote, "Yahweh, answer me, for I am poor and needy. Guard me, for I am faithful. Save your servant who relies on you. You are my God. Take pity on me, Lord, for to you I cry all the day. Fill your servant's heart with joy, Lord, for to you I raise up my heart. Lord, you are kind and forgiving, rich in faithful love for all who call upon you. Yahweh, hear my prayer. Listen to the sound of my pleading." Through the hardships and pain of his own life, David learned humility. How do we respond to the hardships of our own life? In the gospel passage we heard proclaimed at Mass, Jesus is approached by a father, a synagogue official named Jairus, whose daughter was dying. The heartfelt petition of the father revealed great faith and moved Jesus to response. Then he was approached by a desperate woman who had bled for 12 years and been severely mistreated by doctors. So great was her faith, she wished only to touch the hem of his garment. And she does. And the flow of blood stops. She is healed. As the passage continues, notice it is the faith of both of these persons which brings the compassionate, healing power of Jesus to their assistance. Word comes that the daughter of the official had died, but Jesus tells them, "Do not be afraid, just have faith." He enters the house of the official and raises his daughter from the dead. Faith is the most powerful weapon we have to wield as we follow the Lord. It still moves the heart of the Lord and brings His miraculous intervention. Do we wield this weapon in our own lives? Do we use it in praying for others? Faith is a theological virtue, yes, but it's also an act, a response to the Lord. It's like a muscle. It must be used or it atrophies.